Any discussion on how primary documents will help us demonstrate that the Holocaust occurred as an event within the larger context of the Second World War would be incomplete without looking at the euthanasia program, and in particular, the children's program. In both Mein Kampf and Hitler's second book, he wrote about the relationship between the disabled and the racial state. I'm going to read you a quote of his from the lesser-known book, the second one. Listen to the language because it is incredibly Spartanesque. The subjugation of 350,000 helots by 6,000 Spartans was only possible because of the racial superiority of the Spartans. So we see in the Spartan state the first racial state. The abandonment of the sick, frail, deformed children, in other words, their destruction. And this idea of Hitler's did not stop when he was elected. In 1935, he was talking with the chief physician of the Reich, Gerhard Wagner, and he told him, in the event of war, that he would take up the question of euthanasia and enforce it, and that he intended to solve the problem of the asylums in a radical way. He needed, however, something to happen first. He needed the war to happen. And it did. In October of 1939, he backdated a memo to September 1st, 1939, the start of the war. That was his excuse to put in place, with his own handwriting, what Ian Kershaw refers to as the only known document that we have where Hitler actually gave a decree to murder. Here are the words. Reichsstelle Bulle and Dr. Brund, MD, are charged with the responsibility of enlarging the authority or in charging the authority of certain physicians to be designated by name in such a manner that persons who, according to human judgment, are incurable, upon the most careful diagnosis, their condition of sickness, to be accorded a mercy death. The killing of the children came first. It was a tripwire. It was a tripwire that led to the adult euthanasia program, the T4 program. Well, IG Farben was following the Wehrmacht into Russia, looking for industrial businesses to cannibalize. The SS and the Wehrmacht were marching east as well and into Prussia, and they were trampling on the disabled. In Pomerania, about 30 disabled were simply killed. Because they wanted the hospitals for the wounded and injured soldiers. Well, eventually, the key personnel in the euthanasia program, they moved up. And what happened is they moved into running the larger gassing facilities. What Omar Bradley says is absolutely correct, that the Holocaust was directly related to the Nazi euthanasia program. And that was triggered by the war.